in Psalms 24 was talking about everything belongs to God, and God has created a thing. It's just something, isn't it? How the animals and how the birds and how the sun and the moon, we've talked about it in Job in the last few weeks. Isn't it amazing how well God put everything together? How the water, the water will take its course and make it all the way to the ocean and be recycled again. How when the waters get high and they flood over, there's a course. God has laid out a course. He's laid out a means for the birds to be fed and to grow. He's made out a means for every living creature on this earth to take care of them, to make a way for them. Didn't need my help. Didn't need man's help. There's animals out there I'll never see or man may never see. But God has laid out a course. He has laid out a direction for them to follow. And it's their natural instinct. And you know, before Adam and Eve, He laid out a course for us. And there was a natural instinct in our heart then that we live in the garden, that we live for God, that we count on God. But there's something that happened. Satan slipped in. He come into the garden and he changed the course. He messed it up. I'll tell you what, all of us, when we were born, it wasn't the course that we were supposed to take. I believe God was wanting us all to have that perfect and enjoyable life throughout forever and ever and ever. And you know what? Even though Adam messed it up, we can still have it. Because even though we got off course, and that's all we've done, I want you to know, sin. I'm not making light of it. But all we've done is got off course. We've got away from the plan that God had for us. And it's because of Adam and Eve and the situation in the garden. And we need to know today that God has also offered up the plan of salvation. And that plan that He has offered up is Jesus Christ. So we've got to believe. He was going on and telling, and he said when Paul said when he's telling Agrippa, and he said, when Jesus come to me and was showing me and telling me things, this is something he said to me. It's Acts 26 and 18. He said, to open their eyes. He called Paul to do his work. And every one of us, whether we're preachers or not, have a calling on our life, and that's to do God's work. There's a work for us to do, and that's to spread the word. The most important thing that I can ever do for anybody in this life is spread the word about Jesus Christ. The Lord said to open their eyes and to turn them from darkness to light and from the power of Satan unto God, that they may receive forgiveness of sins and inheritance among them which are sanctified by faith that is in me. If we believe in Jesus Christ, is what he's saying, if we'll give our heart to the Lord, then all this darkness that we're dealing with that we don't even know. I didn't get saved. I didn't accept the Lord in my life. I can't stand here and say I believed in Jesus Christ until I was 42 years old. I believed in God, but I went on with my life. But until till I accepted Jesus and cried out for help from the Lord, until I did that thing, I wasn't going to make it. I wasn't all that bad. I was just ornery as could be. I don't even want to get into all that orneriness. I was pretty bad. I'll go ahead and admit. But Jesus changed all that. He changed all that. And you know how that water overflows on these creeks? It seems like the floods get wide and over, but you notice when the water goes down, it takes its course. Well, I have a little overflowing once in a while. There's floods in my life where I do things and get out of order with God, not exactly the way He wanted them. But all I have to do is go back to Him, turn back to Him, and that stream straightens right back up. And He's got me, and He's got me on this course. He's got me back on track where we need to be. And the only way is through Jesus Christ. We've got to trust in the Lord Jesus Christ. He said, I told those guys, I told them, I said, let's just do what the Pharisees or the prophets and Moses said. And recognize something here. He was trying to plead in his case with Agrippa. They were wanting Agrippa to sentence him to death. But he was pleading his case. And in Acts 26:23, he said that Christ should suffer and that he should be the first that should rise from the dead and should show light unto the people and the Gentiles. I'm telling you what, there's darkness in this land all over. There's darkness. And I'm not condemning anybody. Jesus didn't come to condemn anybody. We condemn ourselves because we choose darkness over light. You know, you talk about the fence. Some people want to straddle the fence. The truth of the matter is there's no fence there. There's no fence there. You can't get on the edge of the fence. You got to get off the fence because it's not there. Forget the fence in your life. You can't live partly in, partly out. You're either serving God or you're serving the devil. There's no in between, no part. So let's do something. Let's make our mind up that we're going to seek Jesus Christ. If you haven't done that, do that. Make your mind up. He's knocking on your door. He wants to come into your life. And I'm telling you what, it's the fulfillment that you can have. That it's the promise that you can have a home greater than this. That the floods will come. There'll be trials and tribulations. But like Job, if we just endure to the end, we're going to make it. And that's only through Jesus Christ. So let's get a song because we got some other stuff we want to do. And I appreciate your patience with me. Let's get a song. And if there's anybody here that has a special need, sister's already, she come to the altar. Take it to Jesus. Cry out to the Lord. If you need to be anointed, if you want a cloth, come. Let God touch something in your life. And please recognize and know all you have to do is believe that Jesus died for you. And he'll help take care of the rest. You've got to step out. Make your mind up. It's not iffy, wishy-washy. It's for real. Make your mind up. We won't stand.